Hey guys, what's going on? I wanted to make a video about progression because a lot of people, a lot of individuals will come to me and say, "Hey, I'm stuck Silver 2, 400,000 hours, but I play like a global elite." And there's just like some disconnect between where they want to be and where they are right now. And so when people come to me with this problem, in the back of my head, I have like an algorithm essentially that I work through to find where their actual skill level is and to find the most relevant problems to that skill level and how to most quickly get them through the skill curve at that level. Back when I played collegiate, I was also the division head from a university's CS:GO division. So this isn't just from my experience with like coaching or playing. This is going to be the result of me sitting down with the community essentially, not just the competitive community. This is the casual community that I sat down with. And I basically listened to their problems. I listened to what each rank was going through, what their challenges were, and essentially wanted to streamline their performance. I wanted to give them a pipeline that they could enter and just come out the other side a better player. They didn't even have to think about it. I already did the work for them. So that's my goal with this video. I tried to break it down by skill rank, break it down on what you should be focusing on at each skill rank, and I also give a visual representation at the end. Now, at the very bottom ranks, when you just begin the game and you just start to learn, it can be very overwhelming. You just get like an AK in your hands for the first time. You don't even know it's the best gun in the game yet, maybe besides the big green or the scout. But you hear like executes, protocols, post plants. These things start to overwhelm you. So what my focus was, I wanted to keep it really basic with the beginner levels and then start to complicate it more as people got more experience in the game, as they just had a better understanding. So the first skill rank that I have at the top there is going to be Silver to Gold Nova Master. A lot of people like to differentiate between Silver and Gold. Honestly, once you get to the higher ranks, you see them as the same. It's kind of like the rank that you go to smurf around with your friends in. It's not really an actual division, it's more just a blob of people who are all hard stuck at that rank. And it takes getting out to have that perspective. So, my goal is to get you out. And to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to spend 90% of your time on personal performance. Ignore your team. Don't think about strats. Don't think about execs. Just focus on yourself. Get your mechanical gameplay going and really just hone into your own natural skill. And then the other 10% is just going to be passive learning. And what that means is like streams in the background, whether it's YouTube videos that you're like just starting to get interested in. These are the formats that you're going to want to take in passive information outside of the game itself. Now, the next level is going to be Gold Nova Master to Legendary Eagle. These are the people who have some kind of understanding of not only the mechanics, but the in-game information as well, such as maps, weapons, rotation patterns, stuff like that. And so once we get to this point, I try to cut down on passive learning. I figure it's just better to be active learning at this point. Like, you know what you should be challenging, you know what dynamics you should be learning, so it's better just to chase that 100%. So I slow down with personal performance here. I pull it down to 50%. I figure mechanical aim isn't as important at this stage. And don't get me wrong, it's still really important. That's why it's 50%. But it is not as important as the other aspects if your goal is to grow and get to the higher ranks. Mechanical skill will only get you so far, and again, it's not a 1v5 game. You can't ace every round. It's like even if you're trying your hardest, you're not going to realistically ace every round. So practice not just your mechanical skill. For every video you watch, remove like 20 damage from that ace that you have the theoretical god round in the back of your head. Like each video you watch removes that pressure, removes the added anecdotes that you put in the picture yourself. Moving down from that, we get more mental understandings. We go 25% for game understandings and 25% for teamwork and communication. Now, this is going to be more the analytical side of your mind. This is going to be working with the teammates, not having as much of a solo focus, and beginning to incorporate the other people. Once you get to the rank where, you can actually work with your teammates, you're not worried about them bottom fragging. You know they're going to have consistent performance. This is when you can start to really branch out and risk learning the other more in-depth things like protocols, execs, post plants, retakes, like all these different things that you can do with your team. This is really where it starts to flesh out. As you get to Legendary, Eagle, and Global, you want to trim it down. You want to go a third for each: personal performance, understanding, and teamwork and communication. And this is just to balance it out. You want to give yourself a nice, solid foundation to propel yourself into the farthest challenge that you can bring yourself to, which is global and beyond at the very bottom. Now, you're going to bring personal down a notch. Again, you want to have your mechanical aim already honed at this point. Like, we are ratcheting it down as we progress. It's just going to be muscle memory once we get to this point, hopefully. Game understanding and teamwork is key. Now, this is going to be critical once you get to global, and if you have any dreams of working with any team past that, because you're essentially a candidate for a job, but people don't realize that. Once you get onto a team and you have the potential to make money, and orgs have any seemingly small interest in you, it's a job. So it's it might be a hobby now, but it has potential to be a job, and you want to treat it as such. You want to get to know the people around you. You want to treat your teammates with respect. You want to have the most potential you can with your team. And so what that does is that gives you a lot better perspective when other people come and look at you as a player. They're like, wow, this guy's really well-rounded. He's not just a mechanical aimer. He actually knows how to position himself with teammates. So he's not just getting 1 kill. He's getting 2, 3, 4. Oh, he can IGL too? Holy shit, who is this guy? Stuff like that line of thinking. As you make yourself more desirable for other teams, they're going to have more interest in you. So it's just knowing where to place your energy. And I hope with this, and the visual representation on the left just kind of mimics what I've been saying, I hope this helps you progress, because I want to see people's skill floors increase. I would love to see people get better at the game. I think they deserve it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make smaller videos breaking each of these down further. But for now, just try to keep your mind balanced this way. So many people are caught up in mechanical aim. Don't let it just overwhelm you and you lose progress on any other area.